Hello. In this video, we will show you some of the improvements we did to the database editor. I already started the quick editor to show these changes, so let's go up here to the Tools selector and let's select the database editor. Now, in the main screen of the database editor, where you see the tables and views from your database, there are no significant changes. But let's go into the Add New Table mode. Here you will notice that we reorganized the screen a little bit, and I will show you by entering an example what those improvements are. We're going to create a table called Product Groups, and we'll give it a primary key column called Product Group ID. We'll leave the code and description column as suggested. Now, here's one of the improvements we did. Quite often you might use an active column, a yes/no column here. And you can add that simply by checking this box here. Other often used columns are created and modified, two-day time fields, so you can simply add them by selecting this option here. You can also select created and modified plus created by and modified by as unique identifiers that will create 4 columns. You can also select the created by and modified by as integers, or you can have the created by and modified by as 2 string columns. For this example, I'm going to use the created and modified columns only. So let's select that option and let's click the Create Table button. The table is created, and on the right you can see the active column is present and both the created and modified columns are present. Another major improvement we did here to speed up the process of configuring is the possibility to create the configuration directly from the database editor. Simply enter the name for your business controller and enter a name for the list to go along with that. Then click Create Business Controller, and the base entity, the business entity, and business controller are automatically created, and you can start the screen, and here you could enter data into your product groups table already within a few minutes after you created it. Now, as you might notice, the created and modified fields were visible, and if you don't want that, simply go into one of the other tools like the Business Entity Quick Editor, select the entry form presentation and make the adjustments you want. Click Update Properties, save and apply the configuration, and you can see the changes directly. So those are the improvements. We have the option to add often used columns to your tables directly when creating the table. And after that, if you have created the table, you can create the configuration directly. We hope you like the improvements. See you with the next release note.